Hey family, hey family, it is I again. It is African Osar and Co. Back at you, family. So, family, I am coming to have a discussion with you. And remember, this channel is for Black people in America, but especially my foundational Black Americans or my freedmen, Black Americans. But we love everybody over here. So, family, I'm coming to you. You know, um, there's been some heavy stuff on my chest about um, Black people voting Democratic. We know that we have been voting Democrat for over 60 years, and we've really not gotten anything tangible out of our votes and voting for the Democrats other than, the Civil Rights Act. And since the Civil Rights Act, which, our ancestors fought so hard to obtain, we've not gotten anything tangible from the Democrats. And so, my question is to my Black brothers and sisters, why are we still voting for someone or entity, party that does nothing specifically for us? Why? And you wouldn't believe, I talk to so many different people and I hear things like, well, it's the lesser of two evils. Oh, we can't let Donald Trump get in. But family, this is what I'm saying. Our ancestors that fought for the Civil Rights Act, okay, and fought for voting rights, they had to get in an uncomfortable place. They had to submit themselves into just saying, you know what, fine, we're not going to take your buses. We're not going to cooperate with you. We're not going to buy from your businesses. Only going to buy Black owned. We're going to stay to ourselves, and we'll be fine. And white America couldn't take that because America does not want to lose your dollar value. They want to use your dollar value, family. And so liberal America, and I mean they all work together, both two different wings, same bird. It doesn't make a difference. But liberal Democrats, you know, get a bigger benefit from Black Americans solely or predominantly voting for them and Democrats. And so we cannot continue to vote emotionally and vote for the lesser of two evils, family. We cannot continue to do that. We are in a detriment. Our community is in a detriment because we've been voting exactly just Democrat. And I'm not saying vote Republican. I am telling you that we have to vote strategically, and we have to be very, very precise and have the ability to ensure that our community needs are being met. The more that we continue to vote for no cause, for no tangibles, for nothing for our community. However, every other community is benefiting and profiting from the Black vote. You're always told you're only 13% of the population, yet every election, the Democrats come pandering to Black Americans because they want your vote. They want your vote not because you're 13% of the population. They want your vote because you are a powerful people. And if you could strategically put your votes together, if we can say, you know what, we're not going to vote for Democrats, we're not going to vote Republican, and we won't even vote for one of the other candidates that run independently. We're not going to do it. But we are too busy arguing amongst one another about our ancestors dying to vote. Family, our ancestors died for us to vote. However, our ancestors died and placed themselves in jeopardy so that we can have the right to have a free life and equal opportunity in America and not continue to go through this badgering, abusive relationship that we have had with America for over 400 years. Family, it is time that we come together and we honestly combine our power and stop fighting amongst ourselves to get a candidate in the position that will agree to do something for us. Family, it is not about black face. It is about what you will do as a candidate for our community. We have to get out of blackface. There are many, many blackface people that care nothing about our community. And we have to understand that now because we don't have time. Everybody's running around, men, black women, running around afraid of 2025. Well, I'm not saying we shouldn't be concerned about it, but I'm saying that we must continue to fight. We cannot give up. And giving up is just saying, you know what? This person is a brown skinned person or a black person, so I'm going to just vote for them and get them in office. And then the person gets in office and does nothing, not one thing for our community. It makes no sense, family. We are the laughing stock of the world because politically we are, I don't like to use the word, any bad word, but we are politically illiterate when it comes to the politics that white people play. We must begin to understand that, um, you know, we're giving our freedom away. We're giving it away because even though there was a black vice president in office, okay, and a Democratic, and both are Democrats, but a Democratic president in office, they're still doing away with DEI. They're still doing away with affirmative action. They're still doing away with teaching the history in America of what has been done to the indigenous blacks in America. Okay, they're still doing away with all those things, and we have a Democrat, two Democrats in the highest two positions in the country. Tell me what sense that makes, that we're voting for them. It doesn't matter if it's the party that we're thinking, okay, we may align with because our ancestors align with them, because we've been aligning with them for over 60 years. Before that, many of you probably don't know that we were also Republicans because we aligned with them because of the values that they had, more so aligned with our values as far as family, as far as, Christianity, which we were taught, which, I'm just not even going to go into that right now. But we have to understand it doesn't matter if you're married to a narcissist. If you're married to a narcissist and they're abusive and they're mistreating, it doesn't matter that you're married. So you can't go proudly around and stick your chest out and say, I'm married, because you're married to a crazy person. We have to understand that. So I'm going to read you something, family, that I read, and it's from, I'm sorry, and it's from the Washington Post. Before I read it to you, I'm going to read the disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976 Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, scholarship, and research. And this is for teaching, okay? So it says, family, the modern Democratic Party emerged in late 1820s from former factions of the Democratic Republican Party, which had largely collapsed by 1824. It was built by Martin Van Buren, who assembled a cadre of politicians in every state behind war hero Andrew Jackson of Tennessee. The black community been um, has hardly been associated with receiving any kind of benefits from the Democrats. And after generations of unwavering support for the Democratic Party, Black Americans are now appearing to reassess their commitment to the party. Because now we're saying, family, you know what? I mean, we need some decent things in our community. We can't get a Whole Foods. We can get, there are many communities. See, we think because we live in a community that may be more diverse and have a Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or Sprouts, they're in all neighborhoods, all communities. They're not, family. They're not. And there's many, the food that our people are getting, you know, they have Aldi's in their communities. They have Walmarts in their communities, and you know, yeah. But we're not getting the same services. Instead of putting a gas station or every other half a mile from one another, or a liquor store on every corner, you know, you know, why not invest in the communities to uplift them and make them better? But usually, family, when they start to do that, it's because they are gentrifying it. That's when they do that, when they want the community. So then they're going to move you out, raise the taxes and the prices where you won't be able to afford it anymore, and you'll be forced to move out. Family, if it's not happening to us, it's still happening to other people. Black American, foundational Black American. It should matter to us. But anyway, I'm going to go on to read. So it says, in a reversal of the age profile in the rest of the electorate, younger Black voters have tended to be more Republican than older black voters over the last 25 years. Yeah, see, the baby boomers are going out and the new age groups are coming in, the younger people. And I'm very happy with that. I'm very pleased with that because they are really reassessing the situation and whether the Democrats deserve our vote. And if they don't align with their goals and their understandings of, how who we want to represent us, then they'll vote on the other side. They're not afraid to do it. They'll jump sides. Family, that's what we should be doing. Asians don't vote, but most Asians, I'm sorry, don't vote. Many Asians, but they got a hate crime bill. Okay. They have Sprouts in their communities. They have Trader Joe's. And I'm not saying that, oh, yeah, we want to, but Whole Foods. These are places, fresh foods. They have farmers markets in their communities. A lot of times they're Black people, and I've worked with low income Black people. A lot of times our Black people have had to travel. If they didn't have a car, they couldn't get to a farmer's market, for fresh vegetables and fruits. Because a lot of times, this stuff we're getting from Aldi's and Walmart is no good. It's no good. I will never buy avocados from Walmart again, and I love avocados. I eat one at least every single day. And I brought avocados from Walmart, and they were horrible. It was like they were plastic or something. I don't know what it was. I don't know what they're doing to the food. If it's not coming from them, it's their distribution centers or whatever. But ultimately, who's over the food? You know. So Anyway, I'm sorry, family. Um, so, in the last 25 years, younger voters, black voters, are choosing to vote Republican or are choosing to sit it out and not vote for either if they're not offering, our community anything. Okay. We are witnessing a once in a generation racial realignment. It seems that black women and black men are not following the same script. There has been some erosion of democratic identity generally, but it's been relatively modest. And I mean, we're still going to have black people that are going to be diehard Democrat, and no matter what you say, that's it. And I have spoken to a few, and I'm not trying to be nasty. There are some nasty, nasty Trump supporters, horrible people, shouldn't even be on this earth. Okay, but there are just as well some nasty Democrats. I have met people, and first of all, you shouldn't be asking or engaging or starting a conversation about politics, because we know politics and religion are not great conversation, makers. But asking, what do I think about the Democrats versus the Republicans? And when I say I don't think either of them are worth anything if they're not offering the black community something, I've had people get very upset at me. I mean, upset to the point of, anger, angry, insulting. You're stupid. Something is wrong with you because you don't want to vote for Democrats. I think that's what Joy Reid said recently about black people. But there has been some erosion of democratic identity generally, but it's been relatively modest. In 2023, 72% of black women identified as Democrats or lean towards the party, compared to 58% of black men. It's men who have experienced the most dramatic decline. And that was in 2023. Now, let's jump to 2024. There are more black women that are joining these black men that are saying, you know what, I'm not voting for them anymore either, because they haven't done anything for us and they're not doing anything for us. They're laughing in our faces. Um, in 2014, roughly 8 out of 10 black women, 82%, and black men, 78%, identified as Democrats. Today, black men are 20 points less Democratic than they were during Obama's second term. You know what it is, family? We're checking out. We're checking out now because we're saying, you know what? You're not doing anything for me. You're not doing anything for me, but you're doing everything for anybody who comes across that border, that comes into this country from Ukraine, from Israel, from anywhere else except for Africa. And but south of the border, you just letting giving us the gold mines. Family, we have to understand this is being strategically done to discount your vote later. I have talked to so many people and tried to explain that to them. This is being done to strategically later on prevent you from having a voice, because they're not going to give you anything. I've asked black people, why don't we just, demand as a whole together reparations, and if they don't give us reparations, withhold our vote. And I've had someone tell me, why would we do that? See, you think that we can just go in there and demand reparations? Okay, maybe we can't and get something. Maybe we can't. I don't know. But I would rather go and try than to do nothing other than to go and vote Democratic on election day. I just feel if we vote either party and they're not doing anything for us, family, it's a loss. It's a loss. And why do we want to lose? They've tried to make us lose ever since we've been in from the inception of us being in this country. Please understand, family. We are playing for our lives. We are. We are playing with our lives. We are playing with our children's lives, our grandchildren, and their children. The decisions that we are making today to put certain people in office is going to gravely affect the Black community within the next 5 to 10 years. I promise you. I promise you, you'll see it. You'll see it. And you think it's despairing now? It's not as disparaging as it's going to be in the future when Black youth can't get a little summer job or jobs or anything. Family, know what I'm saying is real. This country has never did anything to initiate uh, righteousness and decency towards the Black man and Black woman. And today in 2024, they're not going to start. I don't know if most of you heard it. During the debate when Biden and Trump were joking, about playing golf. And I said right there, don't Black people see that? They are friends. They're friends, family. They play golf together. They go to dinner parties and masquerade balls and charities, trying to donate charities or fundraisers. They do all of those things, family, together. They're friends. They only want to fool you that one is your friend and one is your enemy. They just want to fool you. They want you to believe one is your friend, one is your enemy. Which one will you choose? We have to be smarter, family. We really do. Because it's only going to be different from here, very different. And we will really depend on how that will go. So we have to be very serious. Family, I am drinking. It was hot today. I went out and did my little workout and I worked all day. So now I'm drinking some papaya juice with some cloves and some lemon. Very good for you. I put a splash of turmeric in there as well. Just trying to get healthy as I can, family. I want to live. And, I just hope that you'll take into consideration and kind of start doing your own research. You don't have to listen to anyone that's doing commentary, or you don't have to listen to other people or parents or whatever. We always voted Democrats. All of us are going to vote Democrat. Do your own research, family, because no one goes in that booth with you but you. And no one knows who you vote for but you and God. All right. So, family, I thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for liking and sharing. And please, if you would subscribe, and I appreciate you. And please come back and see me on the next video. Thanks, family. Bye-bye.